I'm convinced that these two, 90-day, The Last Resort, couples are a total waste of time. 90-day, The Last Resort Season 2 is only one episode in, and I think I can already predict how most couples will fare this time. 6 new couples have joined the retreat in Arizona in hopes of repairing their relationship. To be honest, I'm already surprised by the 90-day Fiancé's casting choices and think most of these couples will struggle big time, but there are a few reality TV duos I think are already at the end of their rope and are just wasting time and resources by being on the show. While the couples in the past season seemed to make their relationship work by the end, their vibes were vastly different. Most of the couples entered the season with a more optimistic mindset and seemed willing to be accountable. However, I've noticed this season that most of the 90-day Fiancé couples are in a dangerous place and don't seem to have much of a genuine interest in repairing their relationship. Although some stars might benefit from the resort, there are 2 couples at such an intense point in their relationship that this appearance makes me believe they're closer to being over than they might even realize. 90-day Fiancé's Natalie Mordovtseva and Josh Weinstein. Natalie Mordovtseva and Josh Weinstein have had a whirlwind romance since they first appeared in the franchise about 3 years ago. Natalie first joined the series with Michael Youngquist, but shortly after getting married, Natalie packed her things and moved on. Only, I don't think she's ever actually moved on. Whenever she has an issue or struggles to connect on a date, she often returns to Michael. Her patterns did not change when she started dating Josh. In fact, she asked Michael to father her children. He denied the request, and she moved back onto Josh, and I really struggled to understand Natalie's antics. Josh isn't innocent himself. According to Sophie Sierra at The Last Resort, Josh slid into her DMs with intentions that didn't seem pure. Josh often acts suspicious and refuses to tell Natalie where he lives, despite their lengthy time together. Overall, their relationships seem beyond messy, and Brandon Gibbs and Julia Trubkina haven't appeared on one of the main spin-offs in the last few years. 90-day Fiancé's Brandon Gibbs and Julia Trubkina. While they have shared a few updates on 90-day Diaries, I've come to learn that their problems are much bigger than anticipated. The couple no longer see eye to eye on having children, and this disagreement has completely halted their sex life. Julia also has a strong desire to bring her divorced parents, who don't get along, abroad to America. If I reflect to the beginning of the couple's journey, they always had an issue communicating and compromising. Brandon wanted to continue living on the farm and having Julia work there despite dislike and discomfort. In the past, they've occasionally tried to make it work, and even moved out, but they never seemed to be on solid ground to begin with. Additionally, Jasmine made a comment that I happen to agree with. Julia does seem to have a much more outgoing and fiery personality compared to Brandon, and maybe she would benefit from being in a relationship with someone who has a more similar personality to herself. In the end, there's no denying that these couples need help and are, therefore, in the right place. Both Natalie and Jode and Julia and Brandon struggle to communicate and compromise. They also have additional problems unique to them, such as Josh's weird refusal to show his home to Natalie. Given their issues, The Last Resort is certainly the best spin-off for these 2 couples to appear on. However, I simply think that their relationships are beyond repair. Josh doesn't seem to have an interest in truly fixing his issues with Natalie. Meanwhile, Julia seems adamant about maintaining her stance on no children. If these couples aren't willing to take the process seriously and become more open-minded, then I think it doesn't matter how many couples retreats they go to, they will still struggle to be on the same page.